Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of A Brighter Day. This is our podcast, everybody, and we have an amazing guest today. So, before we do all of that, y'all know what I do. Tell you how to find us and stay in touch with us. But we're doing great things here in the historic Hoskins community and right here at the A Brighter Day Community Hub and Food Pantry. So we're located at 510 Sinclair Street right here in Charlotte, North Carolina. And of course, you can find us on all platforms. So hello, everybody, and welcome. I know him as Jonah, but J.Reid is the coolest thing to say.
I'm crying. Yeah, I'm Jonah J. Reid. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you having me.
Absolutely. I wouldn't have it any other way. So you are very well known. A lot of people know this young man here. I knew him when he was growing up, ringing my doorbell looking for a plate of food, y'all.
Well, I'm good for it. I love to eat. Hey,
Yes,
Miss Beverly
yes,
can
yes.
cook, y'all.
Oh, yes. And I didn't mind the extra on it. It didn't matter. And then there was that trampoline out back that they spent a whole lot of time on.
You reminded me
I'm
about the
taking it
trampoline
back.
days. Hold on. That was
Some
prom.
days they wouldn't even be jumping, y'all. They'd just be laying there looking up at the sky. Everybody dreaming. And then now to see everybody all grown, I just cannot wait for him to talk about his journey. So tell us, Jonah or J. Reid, or what do you want people to call you?
I mean,
It don't matter.
you know me on a personal level, so it's okay. I introduce myself as Jonah J. Reid.
Okay.
When I'm on stage, it's definitely J. Reid, but we're comfortable right now. It's okay.
Okay. All right. Well, I just want to be respectful.
I appreciate that.
All right, absolutely. So tell us about you and your journey, how you grew up, and how you became this well-known person. And I just told him a little while ago, everybody, he put Fayetteville State on the map. So tell us about your journey.
Well, okay, I'll start from the beginning. I was born in Columbus, South Carolina. I lived in Atlanta since I was from 4 to 10, and then that's when I moved to Charlotte. So I claim Charlotte as my city because I spent elementary, middle, and high school here, and I'm still here. A lot of the streets and the communities that I know is in Charlotte. I barely remember Columbia or Georgia from my time as a child. Vague memories, but most of everything that I am is because of Charlotte, which is why I claim Charlotte so hard. And I love the people here. I always was an entertainer. I started out as a child actor. My mom had me auditioning for everything. Shout out to my mom, Melody J. Reid.
Yes, she's amazing.
Yeah, she's a great person. She got me started. She's the reason why I'm doing all this. I definitely found my passion through her. She's an actress and a singer herself, so I was always immersed in the studios. I knew I could sing, but nobody told me that I could. So I was a little hesitant. I remember being 7 and being reminded and looking at all the different artists. I didn't know I could do that until I moved to Charlotte, which is crazy because I saw a lot of local independent artists.
Okay.
And I realized that I could really be that and then some. So that's how I got started. College turned me up a little bit.
Wait, he can't skate over this. There were like talent shows and all kind of things, and Ashlyn would do the dancing and Jonah singing, and along the way, them encouraging each other. So I just want to say I saw this early on. I was like, I think he might be able to sing a little bit.
That's crazy. I appreciate that. See, and sometimes all it takes is a little reassurance and friends because Ashlyn is very, very goal driven, and I appreciate that about her. And that's one of my friends since. That's actually Ashlyn and Jaden. Her children are my first friends since I moved to Charlotte. So this is very personal for me. I appreciate you having me here again.
Absolutely, he's been a part of our whole journey with everything that is a part of community. So we'll get into that a little bit later too. So go ahead, tell about college.
So I remember starting music in high school back in 2018. That's when I really started doing my own thing. I started creating songs when I was 13, but I took it serious in 2018.
And that was at Piedmont.
So
middle school was Piedmont.
Yeah,
and then
13.
You went, and then where did you go?
And then
high school?
So what's crazy is my high school journey I was always a little bit everywhere, and this is a big reason why a lot of people know of me in the city. So I was going to Performance Learning Center, Central Piedmont Community College, and I was playing basketball at West Meck. So I was going to 3 high schools in one day.
Oh, wow.
And I had to take the city bus at one point before I got a car. So I was connecting with the community because I really had no choice, and I'm very social. If you know, if
He's
you know.
very social, y'all.
So yeah, I remember dropping music. I was learning about distribution. I got on DistroKid at first, and I was doing YouTube. I was a content creator. I'm still a content creator, and I was vlogging my experience, and I was trying to do different challenges and make sure I was enjoying my free time because I was a student athlete first, for real. Like I love basketball, and I was always in school. I was very immersed. I had pressure because my mom was like top 10 in her class from high school, so it was, school was just very big for me, and that was the reason why I went to Piedmont. I felt like it was a privilege at one point, but so after high school, I was kind of on the fence. I got accepted to like 5 colleges, only applied to 6, and I remember going on tour, going to the little tour to the different colleges. I went to A&T. I remember it just being too big. I didn't tour the Central, even though I got accepted because I just didn't. Nobody took me.
Okay.
When I went to Fayetteville State, it was a good mix of a big campus and a small campus where we could have like a family oriented type of relationship with the students, and it just felt like home. And I was still learning what an HBCU was, a historically black college and university, but I did not know what it was until I
It's an
had that experience.
Yes.
And it was an experience that I think all black students need. I wanted to preach that because our culture is something to talk about. A lot of foreigners don't even believe African Americans have culture, which is crazy to me because I feel like we're one of the most influential.
We did a lot of things that, if we follow what's in the books that we are told to study when we come along, elementary, middle school, high school, it's not the same story. It's not the most accurate story.
Right.
Or you only hear about Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks. When you really dig into it, and it didn't happen for me until I went to North Carolina Central University, Eagle Pride.
Okay. That makes sense. I did not know that.
That's where I graduated from, and it was the most amazing experience. I took all of those courses before 1865, after 1865, and really learned the true history of our culture. And it was just eye-opening for me. And all of the things that were just not the truth along the way that I learned in school. But I had to answer it that way or get it wrong on the test. So anyway, we could be on this particular subject for quite some time.
Yes,
but we're going to move on from that. And know that, everything was about an HBCU. I am who I am mostly because of the things of how I was molded, I should say, when I was there. And I just learned a lot. So that I don't think I would have gotten at another institution. So I know you being at Fayetteville State, I feel like I know Fayetteville State now because of this young man. He just would post so much and take us along the journey. So tell us about your experience while you were there.
So I'll be brutally honest because, honesty is the best policy. My freshman year was 2019-2020. I had a crazy freshman year. My first semester, I went in and the moving day was good, because, your family's all there with you. I was in a freshman dorm, though. Like, I didn't have that great experience at first where I was in a good dorm, because I did not know you can get some upperclassmen dorms as a freshman with certain credits. And I went to CPCC, so I could have leveraged my way in there, but like I said, I did not know if I was going to go to college.
You got the full experience.
Yes. Oh, my. So I started off in Harris Hall. So that was a freshman dorm. Community bathrooms, you need a shower, shoes, the whole 9.
Yes.
My freshman year was good. I won Mr. Freshman. So I was immersed. That first week, welcome week, I was doing YouTube videos still. I was learning. But I didn't realize the amount of discipline I needed to really be successful in college, and I learned my freshman year. I did not do well. I passed some classes I failed on, and I never failed a class before, so it was really humbling. Um, it was really humbling. And I realized what I needed to do. That next semester, I was on it. And then we went on spring break, and I never went back to school because of COVID-19, and we were in quarantine.
Mhm.
And I remember dropping my first EP and being immersed, but needing a break. So COVID was really a blessing in disguise. I got to go home with my little brother, spend time with my family. And then I had a second chance at school in 2022, spring. That's when I went back to school. That's when I was really focused. I found my own discipline. I was getting straight A's. I knew what I needed to do.
Right.
And I remember being in school and not going to events that first freshman year. And I realized I was missing out on and I was Mr. Freshman. So it really made no sense to miss the events after going to class, after meeting my friend groups. And I did not know group study sessions were so helpful. Y'all, I really want to put it out there. If you find a friend, if you
Yes.
find friends, no matter if they're in your major or not, go in the library, book the session, and study with your friends. Because
You
that
should
took me
never, ever, ever be the sharpest knife in the drawer.
definitely.
Because if you're surrounding yourself with the same people and you're not learning, that's not your tribe. You need to change it up. I learned that very early on, and I'm very grateful for that. So I always made sure I was around super smart people. Even at Central, same thing. And I had people that weren't so smart that kept trying to be in my group. And once I figured out that you can pull your weight in any way, shape, form, or fashion, you can be in my group. I would go tell it on you.
I think that was one of my downfalls in college. I was talking to everybody during my free time. I was definitely one of those people on campus who was dapping up everybody walking by. I know my friends hated walking with me on campus
Yes,
because
he
it was
was
just,
like in a parade
yeah.
saying hello to everybody.
So I I remember I wasn't even going to parties at first until I understood what I needed to do in college. And I have fun sometimes, the right way. I dance when I'm in that scene. I don't recommend it if it's not for you though. I do understand that some people aren't party people. Some people don't party the right way, and some people aren't safe.
I didn't know there was a right way to party.
No, it really is. It really is though, and I learned that.
Okay.
And thank God that Fayetteville State gave me the opportunity to work on my MC skills. I was started hosting events at Fayetteville State. I was part of
Yes.
e-boards with the Student Activities Council,
Awesome.
planning homecoming and really being immersed,
Mm-hmm.
and finding ways to get paid through our university because they gave me those options.
Great.
That helped me grow as a person, and it helped me grow as an entertainer.
Okay.
Because the more comfortable I got on the microphone, the better I got as a performer, as a singer, even with controlling breath.
Mm-hmm.
I started working out more because the gym was free. Yo, everything you needed was on
On
campus.
campus,
Man, the
right? Yeah.
calf, man, it was no reason for me not to eat. I had a schedule. It was good. Life was good
Mm-hmm.
in college, and it it also showed me how much more discipline I needed as an adult because it's not sweet as an adult, and I'm learning. I'm 5 months in. I just recently graduated, and I realized I have a lot more work to do, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
But back to my entertainment journey. Fayetteville State, I got to perform during homecoming, during the concert, and during the tailgate. I got to host for a lot of celebrities. Effion Crockett is one of our notable alumni, and he comes back sometimes, and that's real. That's representation is everything. So I appreciate that. Um, and it got me to bigger and better things. I hosted a function at Playa del Carmen in Mexico, so I can say I'm an international host now. I've
Wow.
gotten to the band realm. I was the Marching Bronco Express band announcer, and
Wow.
now even tomorrow I have to host for a jamboree at Hopewell High School. So it's definitely helped with my
Oh,
connection. So it's definitely
excellent.
definitely been a blessing. Um, I'm still able to network with other creatives and get booked. It's not as good as I want it to be, but I'm just blessed to be out here doing what I love as I'm still growing. So that's my journey right now.
Awesome. So tell us, how can we support you? Where are you? Do you have a set schedule, or are you just, every week you're somewhere? Or, tell us more about you and how we can stay in touch and support, be the ones to share those videos that you come out with and so on and so forth.
I appreciate that. Well, I'm everywhere. I run a production business, J.ReidProductions LLC, where we help creatives and entrepreneurs find profit in the communities. So I've done fashion shows called Street Anthems, where we had performers performing while models were modeling in local brands. So not just random brands, it was in the community. Actually, Ashlyn was a part of it. We Too Lit was out there. Shout out to We Too Lit. Tap in with her brand. I had some clothes myself. I love her brand. But it was, I think it was real dope to see, aspiring models actually having that opportunity outside of New York. And that was my biggest thing. I feel like we had a lot of talent and a lot of people out here that could collaborate in the community where you didn't have to move to quote unquote make it.
Right.
Especially in the day and age where digital media is so, what's the word I'm looking for? It's so relevant. You have to use social media to expand the brand, and that's what J.ReidProductions does through event curation, social media design, and marketing. And I love it because I've helped a lot of lives on accident, and I want to purposely help more lives, with marketing, because that's why I went to school for communications with a minor in marketing, and I like staying in my field. But I still got to work, still find stability. So,
Yes.
I'm a
That's
server
thing you have
right
to
now.
do to pay the bills.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah.
It's a grind though.
Yes,
It's definitely a grind. So I'm on YouTube with it. You can find me at JPeer, Instagram at I am J Reid. My production business, J.ReidProductions. On YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Literally, I'm everywhere. I'm on Twitch too at J.Reid from CLT, stands for Charlotte, just in case you didn't know. Because I did not know, people did not know that.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
Get with it, people.
For real, you gotta keep up. Charlotte's up and coming for real.
Yes, it is.
And I think that's right. Right now, those are all my channels.
Okay.
I do all the things though. I've helped with the Boom Festival in Charlotte, North Carolina. My mom was a part of. Shout out to my mom and the Boom Festival. The Dance Artists Alliance. I'm tapping in with Charlotte is Creative. They help a lot of people.
Yes.
They do give out a lot of grants.
Yes.
So if you're in the creative realm, definitely tap in with Charlotte is Creative, and tap in with us. Because we have a lot of stuff coming up soon.
Awesome. Well, we are very appreciative of having you with us today, just to share from a younger perspective, what's really going on. And this whole thing with AI and all of the platforms and things you have to do to stay relevant, we need to talk to the young people, y'all, like J. Reid. And please tap in with his production company. They're doing amazing work. And as you can hear, all of the things that he is involved with, we want to be encouraging to our young people that are coming along and doing great things. So again, thank you all so very much for tuning in to this episode of the A Brighter Day podcast with our special guest, Mr. Jonah J. Reid, with his amazing production company and all that they're doing here, and to uplift all young people and beyond in the community. Join us again, and please do not forget to tap in to A Brighter Day. Join us at our website, which is www.abrighterdayoutreach.org, or all of our platforms on Facebook, Instagram, so on and so forth. You know how to find us. You've tuned in before. And if you're new, we're glad to have you, and please keep watching. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.